Okay, so after you've gotten to this step, you're gonna have all of your holes punched with the Whitney punch. Gavin got his at 1/4 inch. That's totally fine. If you want to use 3/16, I have both different size rivets. You're gonna have all of your lines scribed out using a scribe and a Sharpie. And you're gonna notice that it's not symmetrical. The reason being is because for the base of our toolbox, we're actually gonna roll this edge over. It's called a hem. Hem is just like you would find in the sewing lab. We do the same thing here, and we are going to use this machine. It works really well if you follow directions, but it will screw up your project if you don't. There's a little wheel on the back that controls this, which is the fence, and you want that half the distance or the apex of that top wheel in the center as you travel along. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to eyeball it, that it's going to rest up against that fence and it's going to be in the center. There's also this wheel on the top that'll apply downward pressure on this top wheel. What we're going to do is we're going to fold this edge over so it's not razor sharp like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold that edge over, and the most important thing to keep in mind is that you push your project up against that fence. Gavin, I'll get you to hold that. So on this scrap piece, and this is what I recommend, screw up a scrap piece first before you screw up on your project if you're learning how to use something. I'm going to put a little bit of pressure, just enough that it touches, and I'm going to push tight. I'm pushing tight against the back, pushing tight, pushing tight, pushing tight. And notice I didn't have enough pressure. We're going to turn it up another half turn, and it's always better to do a little bit at a time as opposed to too much. You'll see now I'm putting in that just delicate dent that's lined up. I'm going to do a little bit more. Again, still pushing against that fence. Turn it a little bit more. I'm only going maybe a half turn to a 1/4 of a turn at a time. And you'll see that slowly I'm starting to fold over that edge. I'll do it maybe once more. The next step would be taking it over to the anvil, where I'm going to very carefully tap, 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 and I'm going to get that edge all the way over. Again, just doing a little bit of a turn at a time. Again, making sure I'm pushing against the fence. If you don't push against the fence, it's going to wiggle and go all over the place. You feeling confident, Gavin?
Yeah.
That was the right answer. So again, I'm going to back it off a bit. I'm going to have my arm the whole way against it. I'm going to push against the fence. And notice which direction I am. I'm pushing all the way to the end. And I can tell I did a good job because it's in the center the whole way. Twist it up a little bit more. And Gavin, I'm not going to do the whole thing for you.
Okay.
And you can see, do a little bit more, and you're going to slowly start going. Notice how it's curving? That's totally fine. The next step is going to be coming over here to the box and pan machine behind Braden. Box and pan, after it was all folded, after it's hammered over, you guys have that line here where you're going to pop the holes for your rivets. You're going to squish it with the back of the box and pan machine right against that line. Then we're going to lift up on these handles, which will bring it up 90 degrees. Make sure you do these two sides first, then you can bend the front and the back using the other box and pan. That's it. Good luck.